Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to LEGO Space. So today, um, back with another little update on the stern section of the Titanic. Sorry, it has been a while since I've had time to work on it, so I haven't been able to make any videos. But today we're back to work and making some progress. Um, you guys can see we're starting to put on the outer sections of the hull. And I basically just saved these. I pulled the whole section off when I dismantled it. You guys can see the other section laying there by the shuttles. Just to kind of save me some time. Some things I knew that I really didn't need to take apart. So got that back on, and I'm actually going to show you guys the rotor mechanism. Excuse me. You guys can kind of see how it's geared out there, and all the various pivot points for getting it to steer properly, and still be a piece that's on there pretty good. And everything looks pretty good. No odd colors showing through. I got a little bit right here. I might pop that off and change that to a black piece back in there. We are being pretty picky with the colors on stuff, especially all up in these areas, making sure everything's colored good. Nothing I can really do about that, though. That gear, tan, just the way it's got to be. And then the lovely mismatch colors, the red tone pieces, that doesn't really bother me too much. That's just how Lego is sometimes. But we'll flip it around to the other side here. It's kind of neat because you guys can see everything that's in there, everything that those hull pieces hide. So of course we have all of our crazy color combinations going on in there. Starting to get to the subdeck stuff up here, so we are going to start to transition over to some less crazy colors. Here you guys can see how the rudder shaft kind of goes through. I kind of showed that in my last video, I think. It actually comes through right here. That's where all the steering linkages is going to come into, to that point right there. And then it basically just shafts through the gears there. That's a through gear right there, so that shaft just goes right through. Really nice integration with that. A couple universal joints to make the stair step down, and then another gear to gear for the final output. And you guys can see kind of how all that works. The movements are a little delayed through that. They're really tight through this shaft, but between the gear to gear and with the U-joints, we kind of lose a little bit of the response time on that, so I'll kind of have to see how that is once everything's working. But that gives you guys a really good glimpse of how the rudder mechanism is going to work, how everything is kind of tied in here. Pretty cool to actually have a rudder that's going to be steerable. And we'll just do another nice little pass through here so that you guys can see all that lovely hard work that I've been doing. So far, out of this whole project, the biggest headache for me is just picking through all of my parts over here, picking through parts over here, parts down here, parts back here. I think I've spent more time actually looking for parts than I have building the ship itself. So that gets a little tiring after a while, and because it is fun just to build it, but just the time it takes to pick through all these parts has been really making this project been taking quite a while, and but we're getting close. Finally getting to the the outer parts of this stern section here, so hopefully not too much longer and I can have this done. Once it's done, I will have to kind of figure out the programming. I do have the app on my phone for the, I can't remember what it's called offhand, but to power up all the motors and everything, I basically have to write a program in their little program maker for this. And JB70 does have instructions on there on how he set his up, so I'm gonna do my best to work from that and not get too confused. Like I've said in the past, I am not very tech savvy, so it might take me a little bit to figure all that out, but if I can at least get the ship built and done, that would be the main accomplishment here, and then we can start to take some time and get everything working. So but everything's going good so far. Like I said, just a lot of time in picking through parts. It does get a little annoying after a while. And I guess I could have taken a little bit of time to go through the entire parts list and pre-pick parts, but at the same time that is a little difficult when I have sections already pre-made, and it's kind of hard to decipher what parts I already have in play and what parts I need. So sadly, it just does take some time to pick through everything. But I figured I'd do one more show off of this before we go covering all of that hard work up, all that cool gear work. You guys got to see how I kind of revamped my old gearing from the first version that I built. Kind of used some different gears and some less friction related stuff in there. Sadly, I cannot turn that stuff freely anymore because it is hooked to this motor here. This motor controls, this motor does a lot of work here. This one motor does the controls for all of the props. It does the actual power motion for the wheels to make it go forward and or backwards. So that one motor is doing a lot of work. The motor that is in the engine room that you guys have seen in my last videos, that is all for steering. That is for all the steering control. That all comes back to that point right there and then translates through everything back to the rudder. So pretty cool, pretty complicated. I really like it. Like I said, I just wish I could enjoy the building experience a little bit more. It's just the picking through the parts kind of takes a little bit of fun out of it, but it's still fun. Still cool. Really cool to see all the crazy color work that I am trying to put into this one, and actually try to recoup a lot of my gray and dark gray pieces for future projects. So yeah, guys, just a little update. I'm not going to make this video too long, just kind of wanted to show you guys before I go starting to button everything up back here, how the rudder is going to work and how everything is looking on the inside there. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this video series. I know it's kind of a lengthy one because this is a pretty large project with a lot of stuff going on. So I really do hope you guys enjoy the Titanic mock series as it continues. Probably still a handful of videos left, maybe just a couple. We'll see. I'm basically just trying to highlight the more exciting parts and not do not take a bunch of time away from me building and trying to set up my phone and get it to where you guys can just watch me put stuff together. I don't have time. I don't have the knowledge of making a time-lapse video, so maybe that's something I'll try to work on in the future. But for right now, it's just video by video updates and that. So I do appreciate all the support, everybody. I think we're over 80 subscribers to the channel now, which is super cool. This is a fairly new channel. I really haven't done a bunch on the channel. I do have some good videos, but I do have a lot more to come with future projects. So hopefully everyone enjoys my content, and I do appreciate the comments. I comment to everybody because I don't have very many people that comment, so I do definitely take some time to talk with the people that want to talk about something, and I do appreciate the support, everybody. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care.